So you're opening a restaurant. You probably dreamed about the food, the atmosphere, the happy customers, not about becoming a tech guru. But let's be real, your point of sale system is the nerve center of your whole operation. Choosing the right one, it can honestly make or break you. Today, we're going to break down a head-to-head comparison between two heavyweights, butter and toast.
Ha! Yeah, this quote pretty much nails it, doesn't it? You got into this business for the love of food, not to spend your nights troubleshooting technology. And that's the exact pain point we're diving into today, all based on an article that really gets into the weeds of this decision.
Okay, so full transparency right up front, the source we're pulling from is an article by Saib Khan, who happens to be the CEO of Butter POS. So, this isn't some neutral third-party review. It's one side of the argument, and we're here to break down his perspective so you can see exactly where he's coming from.
With that out of the way, let's meet our contenders. In one corner, you've got the challenger, the startup-focused Butter POS. And in the other corner, the reigning champ, the industry giant Toast POS. This right here really frames the whole debate. Butter is positioned as the simple, smooth, it-just-works system for your first location. Toast, on the other hand, is the powerful, feature-packed beast. The article uses this amazing analogy, calling it a spaceship to deliver pizza, which is awesome, but do you really need a spaceship for that? So the article doesn't just compare features. It frames this whole debate around 5 specific challenges that pretty much every new restaurant owner is going to face. This is where things get really practical.
First up, the big one, the one that keeps you up at night, money. When you're a startup, every single dollar matters, so let's see how these two stack up when it comes to your wallet.
And wow, the article paints a really clear picture here. Butter's model is simple and transparent. No hidden fees, and you can even use hardware you already own. Toast's model is described as way more complex, often needing a big upfront investment in their proprietary hardware, not to mention monthly fees that can creep up on you. So the big takeaway here is all about protecting your cash flow. For a brand new business, having predictable costs without a massive initial hit is, well, it's a game changer. Okay, challenge number 2. This is for everyone who's not just the owner, but also the chef, the head server, and the IT department. How easy is this thing to actually use? How quickly can your team get up and running? Again, you see two totally different philosophies. The claim is that Butter is so intuitive that your staff can pretty much master it in a single shift. Toast, because it's so much more powerful, naturally comes with a steeper learning curve. The training takes longer and the back end is more complex to manage. And that's the bottom line, right? Every hour you spend training your staff on complicated software is an hour you're not spending on your customers. It's as simple as that.
All right, I want you to picture this. It's Saturday night, you're completely slammed, and suddenly the system goes down. Your printer stops working. It's the ultimate nightmare scenario. Who are you going to call?
The article describes 2 very different worlds for support. With Butter, it's about being fast, responsive, and human. You can just call or message someone. Toast support is described as more big company-ish. You know the drill. Submit a ticket, wait in a queue, and maybe try to find the answer yourself in a help center. And this is such a critical point. When you're in the middle of a dinner rush, waiting for a ticket response just isn't an option. Fast, real support isn't a luxury feature. It's a basic tool for survival. Moving on to challenge number 4, feature bloat. Are you paying for a whole toolbox of features that you'll actually use right now, or are you paying for a bunch of things you might need someday? So you've got the lean and clean approach versus the everything but the kitchen sink approach. Butter is all about the core essentials, the stuff you need from day one. Toast offers this massive suite of advanced tools, like loyalty programs and deep reporting, which the article argues can be just plain overwhelming and expensive for a startup. And the 5th and final challenge is one that people don't always like to talk about, but it's crucial. Internal theft. How do you make sure that all the money you're earning actually ends up in your bank account? The argument here is that Butter builds accountability right into the main interface, making every action easy to see and trace. Toast absolutely has powerful fraud prevention tools, but they might be buried deep in advanced settings that a busy new owner just doesn't have the time to find and master. Okay, so we've run through the 5 big challenges. Now the article kind of flips the script and helps you figure out which path is right for you by asking which of these stories sounds like your restaurant. So here's the breakdown it offers. If you literally just opened your doors,
the suggestion is to go with something low stress and simple. If you're already scaling fast or have multiple locations, then yeah, a more robust, feature-heavy system might be exactly what you need. And if you want to start simple but have big plans for the future, the advice is to find a system that gives you a solid foundation you can build on. All right, so after all of that, what's the final word? What's the ultimate verdict? At least according to the offer. I think this quote just says it all, really. Build the restaurant, not the tech stack. Your job is to create an amazing dining experience, not to become a systems administrator. And that's really the core thesis of the whole piece. For a startup, the best technology is the technology that gets out of your way and lets you focus on what really matters, your food and your customers. So we'll just leave you with this final question to chew on. When you look at your tech, is it helping you cook? Or is it just another complicated thing on your plate that you have to manage? The answer to that could make all the difference.